Yeah, there's just a lot more. And the other thing too is you have to shave for mocap.
Yes.
Which is stupid because they don't need to. If it's my Mark Hamill, they'll let me keep my goatee. And in fact, the game I'm doing, I can see that. The redacted game I'm doing now is they let me leave the goatee because their software can handle it. But then I'm going to do one in January, and I have to shave because the level of technology they have. Well, but it takes me 2 months to grow this. So that's very upsetting.
Welcome to the world of cosplay.
What's that?
Welcome to the world of cosplay.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but you know the mocap of the mouth, that's going to be a thing of the past very soon.
What?
Yeah,
I'm in the middle of my answer.
They're not going to be doing that soon because visemes and phonemes. Are you familiar with the software that takes visemes? They will photograph your mouth, but they don't need the dots on it anymore.
Right.
And that's the visemes, the visual of
Right.
the word visual is have teeth on the bottom lip.
Right.
And
That's
phonemes are the actual sounds. And now they have software that will animate lip flaps perfectly
there's that.
without mocap.
They also have they were telling me this the one game I'm doing that pretty soon we're not going to have to wear the head cams anymore.
That's right.
That we can be mic'd, but otherwise the 360 cameras will be able to read everything, including the facial expressions and stuff, and it'll all get programmed in. It's just a matter of time, and for those who can afford that equipment.
Now they're 8K capturing devices.
Right.
That's why, so they can zoom right in on the face.
Yeah. So what I was going to say is that for me the most difficult is when I get auditions for usually commercial narration stuff, usually commercial, and they'll list their description that will go on forever and contradict itself. We want them a little of this, but not too much of that. We want them old, but not too old, but not too young either. Like, rough, but with some softness and then here our prototypes are. But you don't need, so they give you the prototypes of these three, really famous people that have such distinctive voices, but you don't need to sound like them. And here's a link to another commercial that has the right vibe, but you don't need to sound like this guy. And then you click on the link, and then at that point, at the end of it, you're like going, I don't fucking know what you want. So I used to pick one of their famous names and just try to sound like him, knowing I'm a horrible impersonator. They'll never know, and so I'm just doing that kind of read. But that's also an empty read that I'm giving them. I never booked those kind of auditions. So now lately, I got the last one I got was Chipotle, I think. And they had this whole thing about what they wanted, that a voice that stands out is a little of this, but not too much of that, and all of that. And I looked at it and go, no, this is better. It's like whispering just the facts. And I go, he doesn't understand that Chipotle is blah, blah, blah. And I just did my own thing. And no, I haven't. But it doesn't matter because. But the thing is, but you know what? Actually, I was talking about the Geico thing 10 years ago, or no longer. Jesus.
20.
No.
Come on, dude. That was a long time ago.
That was 2007. It was 14 years ago.
Okay, I was closer.
Fucker. And anyway, it was a huge campaign, made a lot of money on it. But the way I booked it, in my underwear, went into my booth that morning, got the copy, and it was, and they said, there was things like friendly, but brings the facts, and this. It was like all these other things, and all of it. And I looked at it and I go, no, this is like Law and Order, is the way I looked at it. And so I'm like, fuck the thing, and I did Law and Order, which is, John St. John is a real Geico customer, not a paid celebrity. So to help tell his story, we hired a celebrity. And that was the audition, and I booked it, and it was completely off spec. And so it's like one of those things where at one point you just have to go, if you can connect with the copy, go, fuck you, this is going to be better. So.